Young actors, aspiring actors, looking for a little advice. Now, I've given a lot of acting advice on this show so far, as have all of our amazing guests that we've had up until now. But I am willing to give more and more and more because I'm a giver. I give. It's what I do. Sometimes people say to me, Todd, what's it like to give so much and take so little? And I say, I don't know, because I feel like the joy that I get from giving so much is like I'm receiving from whom I give. So much so that it doesn't even feel like, okay, enough, we get it, you live to give. Good for you. Here's the headline. In this episode, Jay and myself take a little time to talk to the lovely London girl, Anna Brindle. She's an alumni of the Arts Education Schools, one of the top performing arts schools in London, better known as ArtsEd. Anna is 28 years old and making her way along as a hot young actor on the London acting scene. Now, finding work as an actor, especially for a young talent with a bright future, is an inspiring journey filled with both challenges and triumphs. Each audition, regardless of the outcome, becomes a stepping stone, an opportunity to learn and grow as an artist. The aspiring actor's dedication shines through as they tirelessly refine their craft, embrace every opportunity to perform, and seize every chance to showcase their talent. In the face of rejection, humiliation, despair, poverty, an actor's passion and optimism must remain unshaken. Every setback is viewed as a lesson. Every success, however big or small, serves as a signpost on your acting journey. With perseverance and a positive spirit, the young actor transforms each trial into a triumph, steadily moving closer to their dreams of a lucrative and a bright future in the acting spotlight. Did I just describe you? Food for thought. Here you go, ladies and gentlemen. I give you see, still giving, the lovely and talented Anna Brindle.
I don't know. I thought we were making up a song together.
No, that's a real song. Hot times, summer in the city. Back of my neck getting dirty and gritty. Bend down, isn't it a pity? Doesn't seem to be a shadow in the city. All around the people looking hot. Half. Oy vey.
What is this guy?
All right.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Hey, here we go, everybody.
Hello.
The Offstage Acting Podcast.
That's right. Welcome.
Back in your face.
And your ears.
Exploding your earballs.
With good content.
Once again, thank you for joining us here on the Offstage Acting Podcast. It's a pleasure to have you with us.
Truly.
Jay, it's hot. Hot toddy is hot.
Yes, it is.
It's hot for England.
It is hot for England. It is indeed. It's great.
Thank
the solstice.
You love the heat, don't you?
I really do. I love the heat. I don't want to even think about the possibility of being cold.
Ever again.
Ever.
For audience, first of all, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Did you recently get a part in the new Cobra Kai series?
No, I did not. And follow-up question? Follow-up statement?
Well, for audiences that can't see, Jay's got like a... They want to explain your outfit or describe your
I'm
outfit?
wearing a headband is what I'm wearing.
Jay's got like a tank top and a Karate Kid style headband. And he's kind
It's
of...
called a boof. It's very useful.
It's called a what?
It's actually quite a boof, B-U-F-F. I got it in Iceland. It can elongate, so you can even use it in the cold. So you can like wear it over your neck. It has many uses. I like to wear it as a headband. Sometimes I use it as a sort of bracelet. But when it is hot,
as a bracelet,
you know?
Yeah. No, it's multi-purpose. I have a couple of those things too. I would never call them a boof. Did you get
B-U-F-F, I swear.
B-U-F-F.
B-U-F-F, yeah.
Isn't that buff?
Boof.
Boof. Did you get it in Iceland?
Yes, indeed, at the airport.
You were at the Icelandic airport in Reykjavik? On your
Yes, I
passing
was.
through? Were you passing through? Like a layover?
No. I was staying with a friend,
Oh,
my Icelandic friend Iris Holm, who's a very talented woman. But yeah,
That's cool.
so I needed something, so I got a booth.
You needed a booth. You looked around. You're like, oh man, I'm in
I
this
was
airport.
inspired.
Yeah.
Actually, I think her family had one, and then I had to give it back. So then when I was leaving, I was like, I need one of those.
You
So I
borrowed
bought
your
one at the airport on
friend's
the way back.
booth. All right.
Yeah, her family's. Because I stay with her family.
Again, I have learned. I should say I've failed to learn the lesson of asking you questions.
Why did you have me
don't
on
know.
your podcast, Todd Kramer?
I don't know. Just for this
Anyway,
kind of
fun
stuff.
story.
Fun
I
story.
know I look like Cobra Kai. And actually, I know I look so much like a surfer that the other day someone asked me for a lighter, for a cigarette, and they're
Right.
like, "Yo, do you smoke? Do you have a lighter?" And I was like, "Oh no, I don't smoke." And they straight up went, "Yeah, you do." Like they didn't even go like, "Oh, really? You don't smoke?"
Really?
They were like, "No, I'm calling you out right now.
Yeah,
You
you
absolutely smoke.
totally
Can I use
smoke.
your lighter?"
Because you
And
look
they
so
just
cool.
they straight up don't believe me. No, I think I look
Cool.
like I just exude smoker.
Right.
That doesn't necessarily mean cool, and I'm not going to associate with
Yeah,
cool
no,
because
we
that
don't.
is
That no
smoking
longer.
propaganda, and I
Right.
do not believe in it.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
So you, Hot Toddy, did you get a haircut? Your hair looks great.
No. I've been working on it all afternoon in anticipation of being on the show. So I spent instead of preparing for the podcast, which I should do.
You did your
I
hair.
spent Um, but thank you for the compliment. I do appreciate it. Yeah. I think in America, by the way, I think that's called a gator. That thing on your head. I have a couple of them myself, and
A
you can
gator.
you can wear it around your neck. You pull it up.
Yes.
You can pump. Yeah, it's
It's
kind of a
called a
thin.
gator.
Call it a gator. You can put it over your mouth like a
Yeah.
mask and stuff. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we would call that in Florida a gator. I don't know what I
I kind
prefer.
of like that. A
Yeah,
gator.
a boof or a gator. Anyway, audiences, if you're fascinated by the topic, we would love your comments. Maybe you
Please
can help
email us.
us determine the naming and actually the style, and tell Jay what you think of his booth. I'm on the fence,
Okay.
frankly, but I love the fact that you love it and that you're working with it. It looks good.
Great.
You do look like you're in the Cobra Kai. I
In
would
Cobra Kai.
audition with that if I were you.
Great.
Lead with that. How's everything else?
Things are good. Things
Anything on the
are
acting front?
there is, which is why I've kind of there
Mm-mm.
is there's a whole story behind it. I'm gonna try to,
Here
as
we
you
go.
know, don't ask Jay questions. So Jay's gonna do his best
Right, because he
to
answers them.
not talk. Because he does answer them,
Yeah.
indeed.
Let's see if we can get the
So
CNN version.
CNN version, booked a trip in August,
Right.
literally
Yes.
sent an email yesterday
Yes.
evening,
Right.
fully booked, sent it to agents.
Yep.
Right? Was gonna talk to you about it this morning.
Right.
Get a message this morning about a client is really wants you, and the times are in August.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. Literally not even not 12 hours.
Now listen, this is the
24? Yeah.
advice I give to all actors who are struggling or maybe a little unseasoned. If
Book a holiday.
if you find yourself short of work, you're really kind of like, I haven't booked anything for a while, go out and book yourself a non-refundable vacation somewhere. And that
You will
same
get
day,
cast.
as soon as you click pay and you cannot get the money back, your agent will call you with an opportunity of a lifetime. And that's the surest way. So book a cheap holiday is what I'm saying. Non-refundable, cheapest one you can get. And then you'll get the money back when you book the job that you wouldn't otherwise get if you didn't have some obligation.
And that is a win-win because
Sod's law.
If you don't get the job, you still get the holiday. So it's either a holiday or a great job. So
Right.
it's kind of
You know,
total
you
win-win.
won't sit around depressed that you didn't get the job because you just, fob off to the holiday and go, whatever, I'll sit on a beach somewhere. But no, that happens invariably every time. I also have booked a holiday for September. That's when I tend to go after the summer. And I'm certain that the opportunities will come rolling in fast and furious.
That's interesting you picked September because I thought August was the smartest. I thought that was when there wasn't going to be jobs. Like I specifically was like, let's do August because that's when
No,
there's usually less work. So
big mistake.
you
Here's the deal with
you
that. I'll
tell
tell
me.
you. So two schools of thought. let's say.
Okay.
Yes, traditionally you could say, well, everything slows down in the summer and nothing's going on, so everybody just takes off, right? But what does tend to happen is it's true, everyone does take off. Now, when they're looking for somebody and they need somebody quickly, immediate, guess who they get to pick? They pick the ones that stuck around. So all of a sudden, it's a smaller, you know what I mean? The pond is the same, but there's less fish in it, and you
Because
are
everyone's
available.
gone.
Everybody's gone. And
Mm.
they do a lot of stuff. And it's changed, actually, even since COVID and a few other things. And the tendency to now travel and do, I mean, if you're shooting in LA, you know, when everything was in LA, yeah, August is a no-go. It's a scorcher, you know. It's 120 degrees out there. Nobody's doing anything. And they all go away on holiday to someplace cooler. Now they're shooting things all over Europe at the peak of season, and they just always need somebody and voiceover work and stuff like that. So I tend to stick around through the summer.
Mm.
A lot of opportunities roll through, and then just when school goes back in to session, I grab that the last little bit of summer that's available. Kind of the
Are you leaving at the end of September, the middle of
middle of
September?
September into
Okay.
October. Come back like the first week of October. So the last
Mm.
week of September to the first week of October generally. And if you go to places like, you know, Tenerife, the Canaries, or Spain or Greece, it's still plenty hot and nobody's there.
Yes.
It's end of season, everybody's
Hmm.
chilled out, you know, all the
Hmm.
locals are chilled because you're the last week. Last time I went to Greece, most of the restaurants had kind of closed. A few of them we were going to, and they're like, I said, "You going to be open tomorrow?" And, you know, we'll see.
Mm.
Like they didn't even, you know, they were prepared
Yeah.
to close any day. If there's people, we might open. If not, so I like that, you know.
Yeah.
And my agent likes it.
So what about December then? If I'm gonna reschedule, what about the month of
Christmas,
December? Yeah,
Christmas,
yeah,
you
yeah.
mean area? Christmas, New Year's. I would say generally those are dead times for sure.
Yeah.
Because people schedule that stuff well in advance, and it's just clear that you
I
can't.
just screw over my family instead of my career. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I think productions, you know, they know that nobody's going to work at Christmas. It's just like, you know, it's like
Yeah.
Sunday. It's like you can't make people work on over that time. So Christmas, I think you're safe.
Okay.
It's just crazy expensive, right?
Mm.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
So
Thank
good.
you.
Pro tips all around. Summer is here officially.
Woot
It
woot.
is sweltering out there. Speaking of hot,
Uh-huh.
I've got a guest for us today.
Very exciting.
Yeah. And she's hot.
Okay. just gonna come right
I
out and
just
say it.
I was just
Doesn't
gonna
your
throw it out
girlfriend
there.
listen to this podcast?
Oh well, you
Todd?
know, it's like I don't know when somebody's good looking or not.
All right.
But she's also hot in another sense that she's a young talent. She's a young actor who is I say hot on the scene. You know,
Okay.
so I know that we have talked, Jay, in the past primarily to old farts,
Indeed.
guys and ladies my age.
Hence why I scream all the time
Right. Why do you
because they
scream?
can't because they can't
Oh, because
hear.
they can't hear you. That's why you're yelling in the microphone. I
Yeah.
said, what was it like in the 80s when
Yeah.
you were. Yeah.
Yeah.
We get a lot of stories from pro veteran actors. We hear their side of it a lot, and I like that. Those are my people, and I think there's something to be, I guess, gleaned from them for sure. Even though the
For
game
sure.
has changed, it's still kind of nice to see how people manage to find success over, you know, a 10, 20, 30, 40-year career.
For sure.
But it is time for us to get another perspective,
Hallelujah.
right? Finally, Jay has found himself. How old are you?
I'm 30.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty young. I don't know.
All
Do
right.
you feel you're young?
I think age is a concept that everyone
Yeah.
obsessed about, and I don't.
Yeah. So, do you think you're young?
No.
No. Okay, good. Because you.
I think I'm old. No. Do I think I'm anything? No.
Okay. I mean, in terms of your career?
In terms of my career, I have a long way to go.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I'm just curious because I remember when I was 30 and I was like, okay, what am I doing? And
No, when I moved to New York City, I had the long game in my head. I was like, I'm gonna be an actor, and I'm gonna be it for the rest of my life, and I'm probably gonna hit my peak, right? Like I'm feeling Jeff Goldblum-y, right? Like I'm gonna be an icon at about the age of 50 to 55, right?
right. Okay.
Like that's where I'm like, I'm a sassy, witty, older gentleman that everyone loves,
Right.
and it's eccentric.
Oh,
That's
so
that's
you
me.
want to do like a Todd Kramer?
I'm gonna do a Jay Ream.
Well, you just said Jeff Goldblum and a George Clooney,
I
and
think some examples.
you don't throw me. Yeah, I can't be one of those
Okay, fine.
examples.
Anna Todd Kramer. Fine.
I'm in
Fine.
that. I'm
You're
in
right.
the.
You're right. You know what? Fine. You're right.
I don't know about the sassy part, but
Okay.
thanks. Jeez, make the guy fish for a compliment. Why don't you? Okay. Enough about me and you. Let's talk a little bit more about our guest. Her name, Anna Brindle. Actually, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
We'll ask.
Yeah. Would you like to see her show reel?
Yes.
Yes.
I would.
For the love of Pete. Let's get into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the lovely and talented Anna Brindle. Let's see what she's got.
Are you a feminist?
Maybe. Yeah. Are you a feminist?
Maybe.
You look like a feminist.
Do I?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you make me feel a bit like a feminist.
Do I?
Uh-oh.
So hard to be a feminist when you still live with your parents, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you want to go to a place together sometime? Like, if we arranged it?
Do you mean, do I want to go on a date? Like a feminist date?
Maybe.
That's cute.
That is really cute.
Just let me look at you. I can't touch you, so just let me look.
Why? What are you smiling at?
Why are you getting embarrassed?
Huh? Stop it.
Come on.
Stop it.
Max, I'm so sorry.
Don't.
I need to get this out. Being in here has given me time to think. I'm not the same person I was. I'm clean now. What I did was disgusting. I'm disgusting for what I did. I just felt so lost and like I didn't have anyone.
You have me.
Do I still?
Here. You could never be disgusting.
Prisoner. She's in prison. In case you didn't figure it out.
Kiss me.
No. It's illegal.
You're joking.
Guards around.
You'll get in trouble.
I don't care.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Close your eyes, Jay.
Are you dumping me?
We have only been on one date.
Does he think I'm not good enough for you?
This was me 2 years ago. My dad and I have spent a really long time working out a better regime for me. Working on my kundalini, my qigong, some anal breathing, and I'm sort of worried that if I mess with it, I could relapse. I need something a little quieter. And your brother said it would kind of be like your first time, and that is just a little intense for me.
Nice. There she is, the lovely and talented Anna Brindle. Welcome.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
I
Thank you.
wasn't expecting to see my show reel. I was
No.
like, oh.
Nobody ever
I was
is.
like, oh.
I always surprise them. Yeah, how is that to watch yourself again? You probably haven't seen it in a while.
I haven't seen it in a really long time. So yeah, I do. I look quite young. I look like a little baby there. So I was like, oh, look at me go.
Not
you
like
know?
now where you look like an old lady.
Yeah, I look. I've been through it now.
How
Been
old are
through
you?
it. 28.
28. Okay, so there you go, close to Jay's age. Look at that, kindred
Yeah.
spirits. What was
Yeah.
that? What was that first clip we saw? The with the two-hander with the girl. What was that? Student
It was a
film.
clip from from when I was at drama school. All of it was from when I was at drama school, that show reel. And it was from a series called Flowers, which is a really good series. It's very strange. It's very I would recommend it a lot. It's got
Series
like
on where can people see
Olivia
that?
Colman in and stuff.
Oh.
BBC, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
But let me not get that wrong. But I think it was BBC. It's called Flowers anyway. But
Flowers. All right, with Olivia Colman in it. Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah, it's a good series. Yeah.
Kind of a lucky break to have gotten that, was it?
That's cool.
Yeah, no, I found it myself. We could find our own scenes, so we did our own research and everything. So that was one of the scenes I brought in because
So
yeah,
it's like a recreation.
yeah, it's like a recreation.
Hey.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. So did you pay
Yeah.
for that, or did
Did
somebody?
I pay for that scene?
Did somebody
I paid
organize
to
it?
go to drama school, so
And so the
probably probably
Yeah,
went
yeah,
through
yeah.
that.
So the drama school kind of sets up. Now you went to arts ed.
I went to
that's-
arts ed. Yeah.
So
went to arts ed.
they organized for their graduates, like an opportunity to put together a proper scene.
So they would do in the third year, you would have a module where you would do a filming module where you would do a scene recreation where everyone would bring in scenes and read with people and things, and you would match up with partners and find and get casting scenes that would work for each person. And then we did another module, which was the second clip, where it was original writing. So anyone, you can still do it now. It's quite good for like new writers and things like that. Anyone can write into the school and write a script, and then we would read all of them and choose which ones we liked and then film them and have bring in directors and bring in film crew and things like that. And we would help with the filming. And then
that's awesome.
So yeah, it's really cool because you feels like it's original for you, but also it feels like there's opportunities for everyone really. It's like helping new writers, and also you get to work with. Yeah, it's very collaborative, and you find pieces that are quite well suited to who you are as an actor, or you can showcase maybe a different side to what you did in the earlier module, because it could be like, oh, I showed this comedy, and then now I could actually also do a bit of drama. So yeah, I think it was a good concept for sure, the way they did that.
Helpful, and it gives you something for the spotlight, because you definitely need like scenes to be able to show, right?
Yeah, and it just gives you a little start into the industry, I guess, because it gives you that experience that otherwise, it's hard. It can be hard to build up and things like that. So
that's why I was wondering if it's a student film, even because the set was done up nice. It was like a Christmas set, costume, makeup. I could see the lighting was correct.
Yeah, costume was me and makeup was me. So
was it? Okay.
I'll take that.
Oh, you take credit for that. All right, so it doesn't
I'll
help costume and makeup artists, but it helps writers and directors.
Yeah,
no,
it does. Well, you do bring in costume, like a lot of costume. You find the right things. They source that. We have producers that source out sets, and there is someone on makeup. I'm just someone I like makeup and fashion, and we're very into fashion and makeup. So I was I sorted out the looks for my scene because it's something that I'm personally interested in. Yeah. But there was a lot of, you did get support on that and things like that. So yeah, it was quite well-rounded.
That's great.
That module.
I think back, I'm probably gonna sound like an old man throughout the whole interview now. I just realized, but back in my day, that would be a play. Because we didn't have the kind of technology that they've got now to be able to shoot. If, for example, if you wanted to shoot something like that, it would have had to have been on film, which is quite pricey, of course. So we did, I did student films and things like that when I was in uni, but they were shot on film by film school students, and that was their project.
Gosh, like with this
16 millimeter,
wow,
that thing with the hand
that.
crank, 16 millimeter film, with and expensive. So
everyone
that's kind
wants
of
that now though. So every film people love working with film now.
There you
So
go. For the look and things like that, but it
Yeah.
definitely, you know, it can triple a budget and things like that. I mean, it's one of the things that kind of kept me out of film school. Well, I minored in film, but at the end of the day, it was like it was going to be an extra 20 grand to go to film school because you had to shoot your own movie, and just 20 grand just on film stock, you know. You hear those stories about people having gone and found little bits of film stock and shooting things on a budget and finding ends, which meant the end of a roll that you could take and use the rest. A lot of stuff going on like that back in those days. Now, of course, you can shoot the whole thing on your iPhone. You know, but so you come, the point I guess I'm trying to make is that you come away with material rather than just, I can say, oh, I did a great production of Dracula in 1992. You should have seen it. I got the program.
Did you actually do Dracula?
Yeah, I did actually.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah,
What
it
a
was
cool
good. It was a
play
good
to
show.
have done.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a good show actually. But you know, there's no real evidence, a few pictures and a couple things like that. But I think today it's good for the young ones that you can shoot something.
Well, it's kind of expected now, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, yeah. So let's go into the Anna Brindle story.
Okay.
Are we saying your name right, by the way? Is it
Anna Brindle. Yeah.
Does it ever get
I
mispronounced?
was smiling and nodding when I heard you
Yeah, I
say it,
figured.
but I was like, oh, maybe you can't see. Or
I did, yeah. I was like waiting for the thumbs up. It
like,
certainly
no,
isn't
we're good.
Brindle, but you know.
No,
Yeah, that would be awful.
yeah, it's quite phonetical. Is that the right phrase? Phonetical.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I think so.
It
But
sounds
yeah,
like
some
it
people
looks...
do still, or Brindle. I get Brindle sometimes, but I
Brindle.
kind of like Brindle.
Brindle,
Sounds quite
yes.
glam.
Anna
Like,
Brindle.
Brindle.
Ooh,
I was like,
maybe that's your,
should I just
that's your
be
stage
Brindle?
name. Yeah, go with that.
Yeah.
Everybody goes, and Anna Brindle. You go, sorry, it's Brindle. Yeah.
Brindle.
Maybe you just make that your first name.
Ooh, just one name. Like
Yeah,
Zendaya.
it's
Like
Brindle. Everybody look.
Brindle.
It's Brindle.
Ooh.
We might be on
Might
something
see-
here,
yeah, you
folks.
might. I'm kind of into it.
Hey, that's kind of cool. All right. See how we do? This is what we do.
Okay.
We
Anyway,
turn you into
yeah,
a
good
star. By the end
start.
of this podcast, you'll be a star.
Your name will be in lights.
Yeah, well, they will kind of be in lights. I mean,
Yeah,
they'll
it
be
will.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
With this podcast. Okay, so the Anna Brindle story. Born in London. You're London case, isn't it?
Yeah. very much so.
Southeast London?
No, northwest.
Northwest, okay. All right, fair enough. Siblings?
Yeah, I have an older sister and 3 younger brothers.
Wow, okay. That's a good
Oh.
sized family.
Big family.
Yeah.
And you're half Jamaican and half English.
Yes. Yeah. Half
Correct.
Jamaican, half English. That's right.
Yeah. Who's the Jamaican?
My father is Jamaican. My
Right.
mother's English.
Proper immigrant?
Yeah. He came in his 20s, so was mostly spent quite a lot of his life in Jamaica.
Really? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Windrush? Was that like a Windrush time? No.
No,
Little after that,
afterwards.
probably.
It was
Yeah.
afterwards, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, my grandmother was like more Windrush.
So what made your father sort of decide to come to England, do you know?
I know
Work?
during that time, it was kind of, it's work. There's a lot of like, during that time, especially, and still sort of now, like an aspirational vibe of feeling like, I think there'll be more opportunities and things like that if you come to the UK or America. A lot of people go to
Yeah.
America as well from Jamaica.
Sure.
Or
Yeah.
it's the islands, like, obviously
It's
they're small. There's like,
Yeah.
but it is
Pretty impoverished,
think
I guess, other than like
there is,
tourism.
yeah.
few
There's
things.
like a mix. I think now though, people are more. I know a lot of people are kind of going back, investing more into the country. And oh, bless you.
Excuse me.
Summer
thank
cold.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to the crew. But yeah, that's
catching.
it's catching. But yeah, now I think a lot more people are sort of investing back at home and in Jamaica and things like that, and there is more of that going. But during that time, definitely more opportunities, and he's quite an adventurous person anyway. I think he just wanted to see the world and try something different anyway. It's quite in his personality. So yeah.
It was easy for Jamaicans to, or still is, I guess, to come. At least it's like Australians; they can sort of come to England. It's a Commonwealth, so they can come and
there's
work in a
movement.
pub or hang out and get a job, and then go back home if they want.
or someone
Yeah, there's
stay?
more movement. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. But he came. Was he studying at all then, or was he
He just
just
came. He
working?
was working. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he was working, and then that's how he met my mum as well. They were working together.
What were they
So.
doing?
They were working in. Well, my mum was a nurse, and then my dad worked in care as well, in care, and yeah, they met through working in
Right.
a care home. So yeah.
Okay. Oh, all right. Cool. Beautiful. And then they got
Yeah.
married and had a bunch of babies.
Something like that.
Something like that. Whatever people do.
Whatever
I don't know.
people do. Yeah.
Fill in the blanks
Yeah,
yourselves.
I'm here. So yeah.
But I'm just right. Are you the kind of middle baby? What are you?
Yeah, I'm.
Second
Well,
oldest.
no, yeah, second eldest. Yeah.
How did you know that, Jay? Did you say second?
Because she said it.
Oh, she did. Oh, I
Yeah.
need to listen. Maybe I should listen better. Oh, you're the second. Okay.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
siblings doing anything in the arts?
No, not really. No, I'm the only one that's sort of in the arts. A lot of even my wider family, like I have a lot of cousins and things like that, and I think I'm the only one really that's in the arts
Hmm.
Oh,
fully.
really? Huh.
Yeah, there's a lot of sciences, a lot of well, all different things. Some people are in politics a little bit or things like that, but I randomly was like, I want to be
How
in the
does
arts.
how does your family feel about it?
To be fair, they're quite supportive. I think probably I don't know if they ever think, oh, it would be nice if she just wanted to do something because there's a lot of, I think as a parent, there's a lot of rejection. There's a lot of
Yeah.
things that come with it. And obviously you don't like to see your child probably going
Struggling.
repeatedly through,
Yeah.
and you can, you probably can, she's never said that. My mom's very supportive. She's but I can feel maybe some of she can feed off my disappointment, for example. If there's a job I really
know
wanted,
exactly
I
what
can
you
feel,
mean.
yeah, it's sort of, and I can probably imagine if I had a child, you sort of, part of you maybe, you want them to do what they love, of course, but part of you would be like, oh, maybe if you were in love with being a teacher or were in love with being, that
You
would
wouldn't
have
have to
made things a
feel
little
all these
easier.
things.
If
Yeah, you
only
would have to
had a
feel
proper job,
yeah.
and then you
Yeah, but
probably wouldn't have all this. Yeah.
Yeah, but they've never said that, and my dad is quite creative as well. He's very artistic, and so I think
How
maybe
so?
some of that. He's really good at painting and drawing, and he did acting a little bit in Jamaica. Actually, he was part of some theatre groups. I think he did some tours, and he did some acting whilst in Jamaica, but he never continued it when he was here.
Okay.
It's just
Right.
he didn't continue it here, but so maybe partially I got that from him as well. Maybe.
All right. Well, I mean, something. Yeah, he did a bit.
Yeah.
Now you said randomly, so that you ended up there randomly, but it's probably not so.
Yeah,
random,
it's probably
was it?
it's never super random.
When
is
did
it?
you
There's
kind of
always something.
understand that that's what you were going to be doing? When did you make that choice?
I think I always loved performing. I would perform for my grandparents and aunties and uncles I'd force my cousins to
Everybody
do
sit
a
down.
play.
I'm doing a
Everybody sit
show.
down. Yeah, they were probably every year I would do
Yeah.
a Christmas play with my cousins, and they'd all be forced to watch it, and then I don't know, people kept dropping out, and I just kept going strong. I just we have to do this play every year, or things like that, or yeah. And also when I was young, my mom took me to dance classes, and then when I was a little bit older, I went to drama classes. I think for confidence as well, because I was a little bit shy, even though I loved all of these things. So yeah, from there I did drama classes, and I was very much that sort of. I just continued really. I just continued from there.
Was that was just public, like a public school, just a standard?
Yeah, my school, yeah, like a normal state school near where I live and everything. But the classes were outside of school. They were with an outside group that a lot of children would go to on the weekends, and it wasn't on the weekend. It was in the Thursday evening, I think it was, something like that. And we would go do an hour class, and from there, I sort of did Lambda exams with this teacher. They have things like that, so we sort of would get more into it from there. And then I think so I was kind of always had that in my head that I knew I loved it, and I was from there. Yeah, I would sometimes do auditions when I was younger with that drama teacher. She would put me forward for some things.
Who was that? Do you remember her
Um,
name?
Her name was Sharon Harris.
Okay. Did you
Yeah,
like her?
so- yeah, she was quite strict. She was quite
Right.
she was serious, but she did nurture us a lot, and we were with her for many years, and she was very dedicated. And yeah, I learned a lot from her. I definitely did, about the industry, about yeah, definitely.
Had she been an actor professionally
Yeah,
herself?
I believe, she was an actor. Her children were acting. Generally, some of the children from that class went on to do things like EastEnders, or like were in like some films. Like they did. She was very wanted us to be actors. Like she was quite dedicated. She was dedicated to what she did. But yeah, she was serious as well. Sometimes I found her a bit scary. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah.
Just kind of strict about being like working on the craft, or
Yeah,
doing
I
your
think
homework on it.
or like quite like, I don't know, like if we were doing a Lambda exam, and I think she'd treat us quite like adults sometimes. So it would be like, even if we did something wrong, I would get told off for something that would be a bit like, oh, I don't know. It just felt quite intense sometimes, but she was great as well. We did great stuff with her. Yeah.
And she gave you some insight into the business end as well, huh?
Yeah, she did, for sure. Yeah, definitely showed me. I think what she showed me is that it can be a career. I think I didn't know before that, really, in that way, that it could be a career in terms of for anyone. Like you can, I just went to like a normal school. I wasn't around people that were doing this sort of thing. Like and she showed that you can. There was stories as well of people, they went to the class, they did something else, they continued acting, now they're just acting. And I was like, oh, you can actually make this a career, something that I'm actually quite enjoying doing. Yeah. So, and bravery to just kind of be like, yeah, bravery. I think I tried out a lot of new things from that was, as quite a shy little girl, was out of my comfort zone. And
yeah. How old were you kind of when you started this?
I think I started when I was about 5. And then, yeah, I was quite young. And then I did it probably, I don't know, into my early teens, I would say. So I was there for quite a long time, off and on, I would say.
Yeah.
Like,
but with her and weekly.
Yeah, with her fairly regularly. Yeah. So.
Wow, strict Sharon to a 5-year-old, just like beating up a little kid, like, do it better.
Yeah, do it better. Yeah, I know, but yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool though. That
my dance teacher was quite strict too, but she was great, but she was also quite serious. I don't know, I had these quite serious teachers that were like, do it properly, even though you're 3.
Right. Yeah. And then at some point you decide, okay, if I am going to do this professionally, I need to get to a proper. So you shifted to arts ed. Do you want to tell people what arts ed is?
Arts ed is a drama school in London, one of the London drama schools, as you say. It's quite well known for its musical theatre department. Yeah. I didn't do musical theatre, I did straight acting. So they have an acting course. They have a normal school as well. That's a bit younger. I didn't go to that. I went to the like degree section, conservatoire section. I think it's the conservatoire. I'm just gonna say that. But
just throw that out there.
So,
probably.
Yeah.
Conservatory.
Yeah, conservatory. Yeah, is that what it's called?
Conservatory is what Americans.
That's what we would call it.
It's
drama school. Conservatory.
Okay.
It's a conservatory is like a drama school that focuses primarily
an art college.
Okay.
Yeah, but
maybe that's why I was drawn to say that.
Degree. Yeah. Okay.
Sounds around Americans. Yeah, we get a bachelor's degree from.
You did? Oh, okay. So BFA, like a bachelor.
It's a BA, yeah, BA acting.
BA in acting. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Yeah.
But because my oldest goes there as well, off and on, and has done since, I think, for the last 3 years. She gets into these programs and jumps back out. She's 12 now, so I think she kind of started about 9, 10.
Oh wow!
To the younger program and doing the musical theater stuff. But I know that they have a proper program. So you didn't do any of that as a teen?
No, I didn't. No, I did like a year before I went to drama school at Oxford School of Drama. I did a foundation year there.
In
So I was
Oxford?
in Oxford. Yeah, so I was there for like
Wow.
I don't know how long it was, like 6, 7 months to 9 months. I'm not sure how
Okay.
long it was.
Living there?
But yeah,
Living in Oxford?
yeah, I lived there. I lived in Oxford for that during that time.
Yeah.
But yeah, before and then that's after that I applied for drama school and then went to drama school.
Okay. Did you apply elsewhere, or did you just want to go to
Yeah, I
Oxford?
applied for a few schools. And got into arts ed.
Art
That was
Ed is
it.
the only one that would take you, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay, Todd.
RADA
Yeah.
wouldn't have you. Did you try RADA?
No, rather. Did I try rather? Yeah, I probably tried rather. To be
Yeah,
fair,
that's
Didn't go.
that's really tough.
Yeah. In fact, I think I did. I think I think I found it a bit stressful.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's
They were
like
a bit
Juilliard in
intense.
America.
course.
Oh really? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a whole. They
It
run
feels
you through
like
a whole thing. Yeah.
yeah. It's a different. Arts ed has such a different vibe. I think it's quite.
What's the vibe
I
there?
think they sort of during that time. I don't know how it is now. I haven't been there in a while. But when
Mm.
we were there, it was sort of like they were catering to be more modern and
Yeah.
very more. They were first
Diverse.
of all, it was a film course anyway. So it was a film course originally before they changed it to a BA acting where we did theatre and film. So it was kind of seen as like I don't know, a bit more modern, a bit more very much inclusive, very
Right.
much like that was I think what they were aiming towards, and it was sort of like our head of acting was bringing around a different sort of vibe to drama schools, and what is thought of about drama schools is what I kind of got from him. Really, there was
Right.
I think they
They're a
would
bit
work.
stuffy. I mean, RADA, to be fair,
Yeah.
Royal Academy of Dramatic
Yeah,
Arts. It's
yeah,
a
it's not
sound.
like
It's
that,
stuffy
yeah.
as hell, right?
Yeah.
And probably emphasis on the classics and things, where something like an arts ed is going to be gritty, edgy, urban,
Yeah,
new
it was kind of
material.
more that. Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of new
Younger
writing.
people, new ideas. I'm sure if it was back then, it would still be. I don't know about
Do you still have
still.
like singing
Yeah.
and dancing classes?
We had
Like, you do
singing,
in
we
your
had
district?
dancing. Yeah, we did separately, not like we had singing classes. We did have dancing classes as well, but not musical theatre. It was quite different.
Got it.
But you could sing musical theatre songs and sing, and we definitely did that. But yeah, it was. But we would walk past the musical theatre department and be like, "They're serious. They are really serious." It would be
Yeah,
like
they're serious.
we were strolling in at like, well, not strolling in. Sometimes we were running in. It was quite strict, but at like 8:45, and we'd see them already in like a ballet class,
Stretching
full on,
and,
just
yeah,
straight. And we were like, "Wow, they're really
warming up,
serious." Yeah, and I thought it was amazing.
Kind of like their break. I remember showing my daughter, I don't know if you're familiar, there was a movie, I think we've mentioned it before a couple times. Actually, Jay looks like he's from the movie right now, Fame.
Fame.
Yeah. I'm going to live forever. I'm going to learn how to fly. You know that? So you know it, Anna?
Yeah,
Fame?
yeah.
So the movie, and then there's a TV series. But that's always when I hear story. And Arts Ed is kind of one of those places for me. It's like, yeah, this is like everybody's coming to make it big. And I know that the parents, in a sense, I found it a little bit off-putting as a professional actor being there amongst kind of all the show parents who are like ushering their little ones in, and
Oh,
because
really? Yeah.
well, if they have let's say they have going to do Matilda on the West End or something, and they have a child cast, or Annie or something like that. They tend to go to Arts Ed as one of their locations for drawing in cast. And I think my daughter even did a casting there, which nobody seemed to be able to explain to me what the casting was for, but everybody was really pleased to send their children into this room. And I was not one of them because I know what goes on in those rooms. And so I know that the parents in that who send their children there, the young ones, are kind of for that specific purpose of maybe, fingers crossed, the West End will swoop in and sweep up my little child prodigy. And so it kind of has that reputation, but I know it's warranted because if you see a West End show with a lot of young kids in it, young cast, a lot of them have come out of Arts Ed, the musical stuff particularly. I don't know if you have any experience with that, or have any friends, or you've seen anybody.
In the West End?
Yeah, friends that have gone on.
Yeah,
to-
definitely. I think like a lot of the musical theatre department when we were there, I think a lot of them have been on the West End now,
yeah.
or are
It's like a factory for
quite
making
working.
little
Yeah,
West End
yeah,
players.
yeah.
and
They,
touring musical.
yeah, the degrees are amazing. The musical theatre one for sure.
Yeah, they do
I
take
would
it seriously.
definitely, yeah, they
Yeah.
take it really seriously. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
cottage industry, but there's something to it, I guess.
Did you
Mm.
like your non-musical theater training? Like, did you like it there?
Yeah, I would say, do you know what? I think drama schools can be a challenge. I think that
Yeah.
they are. I think there's a lot of probably changes in drama schools in general that need to be made, I would say, in terms of just how they are, how they're able to just balance things. I think there's some unlearning and relearning that needs to be done and has probably started to be done. I did appreciate going there. I did definitely love a lot of what I learned. I loved being able to immerse myself every day in scripts, being able to go to classes with these incredible teachers and things like that. I think it was hard. You know, you're very young, and I think the pressure of you feel like, oh, I have to, when I finish drama school, I'm going to go out and everything's going to be there, or like, I don't know, you just have this pressure, especially during third year, things like that. You know, I'm quite anxious. I've had quite a lot of anxiety, and I was definitely very low in my third year. I think like quite depressed, to be honest. And I think there wasn't probably that support for students going through that sort of thing, or maybe there wasn't, I just didn't experience it. But I think things like that can be difficult in a drama school in general, and I don't know if maybe that experience would have been particularly different depending on where I went or something like that. I guess I'll never know.
Pressure. They put a lot of
Pressure.
pressure.
There's a lot of pressure,
Yeah.
especially for, you know, we're still super young, and you just feel like, or especially around the time sync as well, when everyone's signing to agents or things like that, and there's this sudden one, you spend 2.5 years like being like this super close-knit family, and then suddenly some people are, and you're happy for everyone, but at the same time you're worried about yourself. And I think everyone was, you're worried like, oh, is it not right? Am I not ever going to get this, or things like that? Or is it not going to work for me? What am I going to do after this? Things like that. I have this to balance. I have this exam. I have this, I have that. It's so much pressure. So I think, in fact, I think a lot of what you learn, I've learned, I think a thing that I learned after leaving drama school was that finding my own way of navigating the industry. And I think for me, that took a really long time actually to be, I feel like at first when you come out, I feel like I had to be like, everything that I learned, I have to input everything that in order to get anything. If it's not happening now, what if it never happens, stuff like that. But I think then spent some time with myself, had lockdown even, to be like, you know, actually, maybe I don't ever want to look at a script in that way. Maybe who do I want to be in the industry? What do I want to do? And actually learning that everyone has their own time. And I think I truly believe that so much, that everyone's timing is different. It's some people, okay, as soon as they leave drama school, they're going to be in something very big or something that everyone sees. Some people, they might do like a play. Some people might not work at all for a year, might not work at all for 5 years. Like for me, I really believe everyone's timing is different. And I think that is such a journey, was such a journey for me to come to and be a bit more at peace in terms of, okay, when it's my time, it's my time. And I'm going to meet people along the way. I'm going to do things, amazing things along the way. And yeah.
That's a mindset that's easier to like hear, but like way less easy to actually like digest and feel. So
definitely. Yeah, I still cry sometimes when I don't get things. And I'm still like, I'm not gonna get anything. They're never gonna wait to me. But then I am getting that so much.
So what were the years we're talking about when you went to arts ed? How old were you when you started?
I was 21, I think, actually, when I went, or 20, 21, I think. So I was a little bit older. It's 3 years. Yeah. But I did the year before. I took a gap year and then I went to, I had a little life before I went to drama school. I was just like around. But then I went traveling and things. And then yeah, then I went to art ed. So I left in 2019.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Just
So
before the
you left like you
pandemic hit.
graduated?
I graduated. Yeah, I did graduate. Yeah.
Yeah. And so was there like you were witnessing friends and other students have successes and get in managers and agents and get cast in roles and things? Was
Yeah,
that
definitely.
happening?
Yeah, it happened quite quickly for some people.
Right.
Almost. Well, some people didn't even finish drama school. They left straight away. They were straight away in
Right.
like straight away filming or something like that.
Wow.
That must have been
Yeah.
hard for those that were left behind.
Do you know, I don't know how it was for other people. For me, I actually was genuinely thought it was the coolest thing ever. I was like, wow, our year group, because we do get so close and you really want
Yeah.
everyone. I still feel like that whenever I see anyone from my year doing something amazing.
Definitely.
I genuinely feel really, really excited and happy to see them. Because you get to know them so well and you see them blossom, you've seen them grow and things like that.
Mhm.
So genuinely, for me, it was exciting. Of course, you know, you feel like you want to do that too. Like I definitely feel like I would love to
Yeah.
be early to film, or I would love to
Get an agent.
get an amazing agent or something like that. But yeah, I think
Be plucked out of the somehow.
yeah, of course, yeah, it's like the story or something that's like, oh, this person.
It happened. I mean, it
Yeah.
happened with me as well when I was. There was. I remember one guy. We did a show. I had a smaller role. He had a manager already. He was a few years ahead of me. And his manager came to the show, and I was like, "Wow, you have a manager? Jeez, I was like 19. He was 22, and he's like, "Yeah." And then later, he even came out and he goes, "Hey, my manager said he really liked you, man. Give him a call and stuff." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, that's cool for a small, a small part
Yeah,
and stuff
that's
like that."
amazing.
Yeah, but it was just like kind of a lot of that stuff. And then a few people really just pulled the ripcord, and you're like, "What happened to so and so? Oh, you didn't hear? They're on the new series and they made it big, and they didn't come back." And you're like, "Ah." So that was a close friend of all of ours who now is like a big celebrity that you can't even talk to. So it was interesting to see, but I think I also understand, and maybe I've mentioned this before, but we had a reunion a couple of years back for everybody in my theater. I have a degree in theater arts, and
Would that have been like your 40th year reunion?
excuse me, Jay, don't interrupt the adults when they're speaking. It's Jay's jokes. Actually, no, it was about 30 years though. It was the 30th, I think. But I just remember we organized it ourselves. We hadn't seen each other for years, and the kind of thing is like, well, I remember saying to some people, "Well, I'm going back. I got to go back to LA. I'm going for just a week, having a reunion for university." And a lot of people go, "Uni? Ooh, I don't remember anybody I went to university with. And what are you talking about? I don't even know any people." And it kind of took me a minute to go, "Yeah, well, what's your degree in? Business, science, like, well, of course, I got a theater degree, we lived together, we slept together, we ate together, we worked together, we cried, we grew, we changed, we performed on stage. We were bonded like that. So a reunion was a reunion of like almost brothers and sisters, people who you genuinely grew up with in that 4-year period, from the age of 18 to 22. So I know what you mean when you say there is a bond there that happens that you probably still have with those people you went to school with, right?
Definitely, yeah, definitely, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, so now you come out of school and you hit the streets. You got your couple clips in your hand. Did you go out and get a photo? Did you have a friend take a picture of you? Did you find some?
Like a headshot?
Yeah, headshot.
Yeah, I had my headshots. I got those in 3rd year, so I was already equipped.
Okay, who did those for you?
Did
you pay money for that?
I paid money. Yeah. I paid money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your current headshot looks great, by the way. The one on the show reel.
Oh, thank you.
Is that the current one? It's hard.
Yeah,
isn't
that's
it?
my current one.
Okay, you always got to keep those up.
Yeah, she was great. That's shot by Dejona Gift. She's great. I recommend
She's got a
her.
great name. That's a celebrity
Right.
name.
Yeah,
Brindle and Dijana.
I like that.
Sounds like a musical
Put her in
group.
the
Yeah.
links.
Okay, so but what I guess I'm trying to get to, like, you hit the streets, you're on the open market, you're out of school. What does Anna do with herself?
Got
Go
an
back and live
ushering
at home
job.
with
Yeah. To be
Right.
honest, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's genuinely what I did. So yeah. Well, I had an ushering job for third year. I think I just continued it, to be honest,
Right.
for a while. Yeah, so I was doing that. I was just auditioning quite a lot.
You were getting some castings going. You had some opportunities.
Yeah, the auditions were coming in. I had some cool ones.
You
Wasn't really
found an
getting
agent?
anywhere. Yeah, I found an agent at the end of third year.
Mm-hmm.
So we were just starting to work together, just finding my feet in the industry, I think.
Is that the same agent you have now?
No, I have a different agent now. Yeah.
But then you kind of got slammed by the pandemic, right?
Yeah, so that was quite soon afterwards. Very soon afterwards.
And then the actors strike.
Yeah, then they have to strike.
So
yeah.
that's a tough break, because that's when we all felt it slowing. I mean, I'd been 25 years in the game at that point.
Yeah, it was strange, I think, because, because I kind of felt lucky. I was like, at least I didn't have to do my last play or anything on Zoom, because I think the next year
With a
actually
face
did
mask.
that. Yeah, but
Yeah.
it was quite a wild thing to sort of feel like you just come out of the industry and then now everything stopped, and it was just felt so end of the world-ish. So it was just like,
it's like a
I
gut
don't
punch,
even
right?
know, like nothing can even go on right now. So what do I do? And I've chosen an industry, that is just like can be a bit temperamental anyway, but it's just like completely stopped. So I was like, well, okay.
And you need momentum, and you probably had some momentum coming out of school, and some juice, some impetus. You were good to go. You were feeling it, and then press the pause button for 4 years.
Yeah, so that was quite intense. I did a play during, like, just after, I think it was when the first lockdown stopped, or for the Waterloo Vault. So that was, I did that. Yeah, so that was really, I really enjoyed that. And that was quite encouraging back into the industry, that sort of thing. And yeah, so it was, but even so, and then I think we went back into lockdown after that. So it was kind of like in, out. It's very a lot of trying to just
navigate,
keep your hopes up.
Yeah.
I just feel like, it just bring a lot of questions into your head and things about how you feel about the industry, what is even going to happen. I think during that time I was sort of like, what if, will it ever come back to the way it was, or what will this industry even look like after all of this?
Yeah.
But yeah, you get there.
What kind of parts are you going out for now? What are you generally being seen for?
Quite a mixture of things. I did 2 really nice short films last year. I had the screening of one quite recently called The Outs. Thank you. We'd had a screening at the Ritzy Cinema in Brixton, and it was just it was really, really lovely, really amazing. It was such a beautiful piece. So that was definitely one of the best filming experiences I've ever had in my life, filming that most recent one. But yeah, quite a mixture of things. I still auditioned for a lot of film and TV, ads, things like that. Plays come up quite a bit.
What kind of roles, though?
Oh, like what kind of roles?
Yeah, what are they putting up for?
Damaged souls. I don't know how to explain.
Really?
I get quite sad girls.
Sad girls, oh.
Yeah, that are going through. Do you know, I don't know why my castings changed, because I think before I got a bit more like
quirky, fun, spunky.
Quirky, fun, bit more
sparkly.
A bit more, I don't know, girl, I don't know how to explain it, just a bit more
girly girls, yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. I can see that.
And then I don't know, it started to get a bit sadder. My friends were, I don't know, we were
Alright.
laughing about
Alright.
that. But yeah, very, I
it's-
think very honest. I think I tracked very honest roles, very
Right.
and I don't know, I'm not really afraid to go to these kind of places that require a lot of honesty, a lot of research, a lot of understanding, a lot of empathy. I think I work a lot with empathy anyway. That's sort of my preferred way of
Okay.
approaching a character and approaching a script. So yeah, empathy is big for me, and I think a lot of the characters require that. to
I can
quite a
say that
big
you're
degree.
quite. I found you riveting in the couple clips there. I mean, I say riveting. That sounds a bit. But you're definitely watchable. You have a
Thank you.
quality, I think. Don't you think, Jay?
Yeah, totally. I like the second one personally, the best. I thought there was something very
The prison scene.
genuine, as you're saying. Yeah, I thought there was something very
Yeah.
genuine and like an open genuineness, I guess, is how I would describe it.
Yeah. Without too much hyperbole, it's you have a quality. I don't know what it is, kid, but you've got it. Whatever it is, you've got it. I think if you continue honing and working on the craft and getting more time in front of the camera and more opportunities to see your own performances and just play in that space and understand the nuances of your performances and stuff, there's something there. That's why I was kind of wondering what parts you're going up for.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I think these kind of that area, I get a lot of characters like that are quite open, very honest. They don't like not to.
Heart on their
These kind
sleeve
of
kind of
heart on the
characters.
sleeve, quite character that's had some sort of like quite a big challenge they've have to overcome in some way.
What are you attracted to as an actor?
I
mean, you're good at
think
comedy. It seems like
probably-
you're good at comedy, but
Yeah, I do enjoy comedy. I do really like comedy. I write a little bit as well, and the last sort of thing I wrote with one of my good friends from drama school was a comedy. But yeah, I do really genuinely like these kind of roles that I've been getting recently. My last character, I thought her story was just really beautiful, and I think I'm a big listener as well. So things that require a lot of listening, I like intimate sort of conversations. I like that's what I like to see on screen. I love
right.
So things like that. I would love to do a lot of independent films or like very, I don't know, things that are gritty. I like gritty. I like
Yeah, edgy drama stuff.
edgy, drama, things like and strange. I quite like strange film. Like, I'm quite into. I don't mind if something's weird. I'm quite into that if it's honest and.
Strange is in right now.
Yeah, I like things that find the honesty in the very strange
is in
environment.
Strange is totally in.
It's
Really
his to be
is.
strange. I get it.
Baby reindeer.
Yes,
Strange is
please.
absolutely
Yeah,
in.
strange.
Poor Things.
Poor Things.
There
I
you
love
go.
him. I love Yorgos.
Well, I know you're a big
Lanthimos.
movie boof, I should say, in honor of Jay's headband.
La Bouffe.
What kind of movies are you into then?
I'm a big A24 girl, so I
don't
love.
know. So I won't know
It's a
anything what
production
you're talking
studio. It's
Okay.
it's American production studio.
That doesn't mean anything.
Okay, yeah, there's
old.
probably a lot of American production.
Yeah.
What have they produced?
They produce. I'm pretty sure they did Poor Things. They've done like a lot of his films. The Lobster. They did like. They've done like Beau is Afraid. They've done what have they done? Loads of The Lighthouse. They've done Witch.
Okay.
So
all
like
the
Lady
films
Bird.
I've never seen.
Yeah, Lady Bird.
And you've seen it.
Yeah, strange. So like a little strange.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, these sorts of. I love A24. I watched The Green Goblin, not The Green Goblin, The Green Knight, The Green Knight. But yeah.
Have you seen any of these films, Jay?
I've heard the Lighthouse is known.
Yeah, I've
I
heard of it.
don't.
William Dafoe.
Yeah. Yes, I've heard quite a bit about of the Lighthouse. So that definitely gives, and the Lobster actually. So I get a vibe. I'm getting a sense of the vibe of the
Yeah,
studio.
yeah. They're quite niche, but they're doing really well. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Indie, a little bit more, not your
Very
typical
indie.
Hollywood style, almost foreign.
Yes.
Totally into it.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like it's where directors and writers can go and be a little bit more free, sort of, and have their ideas supported, and they're not gonna. They feel like they can, be a bit different and connect with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I think different is popular right now. It's selling.
Mm.
Like
Different
I
is
know these things. I mean, Saltburn did super well. Everyone watched it, and I know that was very weird. Like it isn't a cookie cutter Hollywood sort of
No.
movie.
No, not at all. Yeah, definitely.
So
How often do you see a movie? You see a movie almost every week, you said at some point, right? You told me.
Yeah, I do. I try to see. Well, I watch a lot of movies. Yeah, and I have this app movie, and I love like going. They give you a cinema ticket a week, so I try and go and see that cinema. I haven't gone in a couple of weeks. I'm not gonna lie, but they also have a streaming platform as well. So I'll watch a lot of. They have a lot of foreign films on there. A lot of film from all around the world. They have short films on there, even things like that. So yeah, I love. And any recommendation, when I get recommended a film, I often watch that. So I do love films. I probably watch more films than I watch series. Yeah. Although
Yeah.
I do love a
I want to go to
series.
the cinema more. Like I want to go to the cinema more because I can't, you can't really leave a cinema, you know, like you have to plant your butt in the seat and like you're there. If I'm at home, like 10 minutes, if I want to leave and get something to eat, like
Honestly,
5.
yeah, that's the cinema makes the world of difference. Having my phone away, it's just the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just you and the screen.
Jay's got ADHD, so he can't sit still for more than 5 minutes. He's got to pause the movie, get up, do something, come back, and make some
Same.
popcorn and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, the cinema, it's like, especially if you go with people, like if I go with friends, all of a sudden I have to be respectful, right?
Right.
So I can't just
Ah,
like make all these
awful.
noises. So like it's a place where I have to like
Yeah.
sit down
And
and
sit
watch the
in
movie, and then I
silence.
will, because otherwise I like usually won't.
And then I feel like I noticed so much more from it. I'm like, oh, you actually
It's
added
nice to
all
be.
these small details. And if I was
Yeah.
at home, maybe I would have
Totally.
been looking
Yeah,
at
that's right.
something
Yeah.
else.
It's nice to be in an immersive experience. I mean, there's certain
Yeah.
films for me particularly that like I go, oh, I got to see that in the theater. I'm not going to watch that at home.
Yeah.
That's a
Like
big
what?
screen movie. In the end, it wasn't that big a deal, but like Maverick, you know, I was like, oh, you're going to go see Top Gun Maverick. You're not going to not watch
Wait,
it.
a lot of
Or
people said
us-
Top Gun Maverick was great in this.
It was.
in
No, it
cinema.
was. It was. It was
Everyone
good.
said to see it in cinema.
Yeah. Okay. And then once I saw it in cinema, I was like, I probably could have watched that on the couch. But anyway.
Like,
Or like a Star Wars, like a good, I don't know, like a sci-fi something. But I know it's going to be visually spectacular, and I know they've done all the work with the audio and the look of it, and it's going to be epic, you know, something. And that's where you're like, there's no way I'm going to watch that just sitting on my couch. Whereas if it's just a rom-com, you know, and there's no point in going to the cinema for that, something like that. But or if it's for the kids, even if it's something like the new like Inside Out 2 or something, I'd take them to the cinema to see that, and the big animation thing. Or classical movies. There used to be and still are, I suppose, but you know, a lot more anyway, where you could go see like great old films on a Saturday or off like a Tuesday night or something, and go see something like a Casablanca or something where you're just like, wow, I want to see that. You know, that's a film you will have never been able to have seen before on the big screen.
I know the Prince Charles Cinema in Leicester Square, they do that quite a lot.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, they're really good for that. They'll show older films.
That's the one next to Spotlight?
Yes,
Spotlight
right
used
next
to
door.
be?
Yeah, there.
Yeah,
the new Spotlight.
The new Spotlight's
no.
moved, but there's that's an
Yeah, there's a new Spotlight.
The Spotlight's moved, but
No, I haven't been there yet.
I used to go into that cinema when I had a casting or something. I was like, oh, maybe I'll pop in quickly or whatever, you know, just like Even if you just go see Ghostbusters or something, like, oh, cool,
Yeah.
on the big
Yeah.
screen. Yeah. Who are you gonna call? Sorry, that's dumb. That's just dumb.
That's dumb. Don't laugh at.
Don't laugh at. Don't encourage it.
Oh, that's
Don't
quite
encourage
funny.
it. Thank you. You go to Jamaica often?
I went twice last year. It was actually my first time last year, and I ended up going twice.
Twice.
Oh, nice.
Wait, you'd never been to Jamaica before?
Not before that, no.
Wow.
No, yeah.
And then you went
So-
twice. You loved it so
and
much, huh?
I loved it so much. Yeah, I never wanted to leave.
This is what you get for encouraging me, by the way. I can tell you're Jamaican.
Oh, what is gonna happen?
Do you know why?
Why?
God.
Because Jamaican me crazy.
Stop.
Jay, come on.
Oh.
Huh? Where's my...
You think I haven't heard that like 30 times? Where's the crickets?
You haven't
But-
heard that. That's comedy gold. Where's my laugh track?
Even
There.
the laugh track's hiding.
Sorry. Oh,
There it
that's
is.
the appropriate one.
Thank you.
Okay,
Hey,
fine.
Joey,
Well done.
crickets.
Whatever. It's just...
And you can't tell me you've never heard that one before.
No, I've definitely heard that. Yeah, but not in that.
Yes.
Not in that context.
You never heard it. You people don't know funny. That's comedy gold.
Okay. You keep telling
I
me
always
something.
like meeting Jamaicans because, or people that like raga, reggae music and stuff. And I go, oh, you like, are you Jamaican? They go, no. And I go, you're sure you're not Jamaican? They go, no. Why do you think I'm Jamaican? And then the punchline.
Okay. You do that. You actually do that in public.
Yeah. Well, I got 2 little girls.
For
So
real
the
people.
dad jokes come pretty hot and heavy these days. For real.
That is wow.
Yeah. So what's next for Brindle? What are her moves? I want to know
My moves.
what's
Good
your
question.
strat? You got a strat? Strategy?
Yeah, well, I'd say my moves are. I'm quite interested in voice. So
Yeah.
I did my first voice job like last week or the week before. So
cool.
yeah, I'm quite interested in doing a little bit more voice. That's something I'm really interested in. Still auditioning. I'd love to continue writing as well. That's something maybe pursue my writing a little bit more and think more of a net over creative things that I enjoy and just sort of feel like I can dip my toe into different areas and have that come back when it's ready. But yeah, so yeah, I'm quite open. I'm trying to be a bit more less controlling as well over every single situation and just sort of be like, oh, do you know what? I'm allowing some things. I'll have seasons where I put out loads or be like, I have to email this person and do this and do this and do this, like 50 things. Yeah. Also just proactive. But now I'm sort of just seeing
No
where things
active.
take me.
You went from proactive to no active.
Yeah, or medium active. No active would stress me out.
Yes. They're like, I'm gonna rest, and then like after 2
Yeah,
days,
I'm like,
I'm
gonna send an email.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Medium active.
Medium
like that.
active, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. You got to have a strategy, though. I mean, and also we were talking at the beginning of the show, kind of about the seasonal activity of the acting career, and there are times when there's lulls, and those are good times to approach agents, casting directors, upgrade things. Show like, when are you going to get those clips from these
I was gonna ask
Yeah.
films that you made?
Yeah.
and add that to your show
You're gonna
reel.
Yeah, I
freshen
do
that
need
up.
to do that. I do need to freshen up my show reel. So that's one of my medium active tasks is to contact those people.
Yeah.
Actually. So,
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
listen, I kind of give advice to actors for a living, and that would be like, step number 1.
Okay.
Don't hesitate. Yeah, get what's better than medium? Large.
Okay.
Yeah, don't be shy about that kind of stuff, because what happens also is that you get it gets buried, So even when I do a voice job, kind of at the end, if I feel like I've had a little relationship with the people and stuff, and I know that it's particularly like a corporate or a commercial, and they don't care, it's not a video game or something that they're protecting with an NDA.
Yeah.
I say, hey, I'd love to get a copy of that. I think it'd be
Yeah.
great for my reel, and they're more than happy. But they go from project to project. They get very busy. You have to grab the name of the person, the engineer. Okay, who do I
Yeah.
contact? If they go, sure, just let us know and we'll get it off to you. Go, great. Who do I contact? Right? What should? Oh, okay, Jimmy at what's the email address? And he's the engineer and he's the guy that cuts it. And you go, perfect. I will contact him. And then you just don't leave him alone. And it won't cost you your job later because he's not the guy that books the talent. He's just the poor slob that has to like cut it all together. And you go, Jim, and then finally he sends you the thing and you've got it. And you do that not 6 weeks from now, you do that 6 days from now.
Okay, yeah.
So it's fresh and come back. And always, that's a
pretty solid
pro tip.
That is a pretty good tip. My flatmate gets his footage like from everything he does, and he does pretty well because of it. Actually,
Okay, yeah.
I'm trying to emulate him.
Yeah. Well, you can emulate me.
And Todd, yeah, absolutely.
I collect it all. I mean, it's almost like if you collect anything at all, collect that material because it'll disappear into the ether, and they don't really mind, but they're not gonna find you and go, hey, did you want this material?
Yeah.
So get a good quality. And even back in the day, I have such poor quality stuff of old commercials and things I did, which is just because we didn't have the 10, 15, 20 years ago, the pixelation and digitize it, and I thought at the time, ooh, 32 megabytes, that's huge, it's great. And now it's like a postage stamp. So get the high quality and have it, archive it, keep it on a hard drive, something. Don't lose that stuff because that's your calling card, and you want to be upgrading that show reel all the time. I'm looking at a show reel right now that you just showed us that's old.
Yeah, that's true.
It's 4 years old, and it needs a substantial upgrade. And if you have the material, great.
And
now they might come
on there.
Yeah, I mean, and they'll say, well, it's in festivals right now and stuff. You go, that's fine, cool. Just send me my scene. I'm not going to post the whole movie up. And if they go, can we wait? They might say, let's wait till after we get to these festivals. Great. But mark it somewhere on your phone, put a reminder. Hey, remind me in 2 weeks to get back to Billy Bob about the whatever. And just keep on top of them. That's all we got. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good advice. I needed to hear that.
Jay's writing it down. That's how good the advice is. Yeah. And we'll keep in touch on it.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll check back in with you and see how things are going.
Yeah, I would love that, for sure.
Great. Anna, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Shall I say Brindle?
Brindle.
It was lovely having you on.
It was great. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been really nice to speak to you both.
Appreciate it. Anything you want to plug? Anything you want people to come see you in?
Just maybe follow my
Follow
journey.
you where can people find you?
I have Instagram
What
that
is
I'm
it?
going to start using more. It's Brindbee, BRINDBEE at Brindbee.
Brindbee. Okay, we'll put it in the show notes as well.
Yeah, that's the same for
Brindbee.
my Twitter as well. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, use it. Use the socials as well.
definitely.
Keep your fans. We'll get you a
and
little fan base.
actually, yeah. And if you follow my podcast that I'm in is coming out in July, but I'll be able to put more information on that when I'm allowed to. So yeah, that will be on my socials.
Oh, you got a podcast you're in now.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
The one that I did my first voice job. Voice job.
Oh, that was the voice job. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So.
It's for a documentary.
Ah,
Cool.
okay. It's a podcast, like a podcast documentary.
Mhm.
So, yeah, when that comes out, let us know. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. Brindle, Anna Brindle. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
All right.
We'll talk to you
Bye.
shortly. Bye. Hang out if you want. Jay and I just do our thing where we kind of talk about you behind your back
And pretend that you
and
left,
pretend that
even
you're
though
actually not there listening.
Yeah.
Woo! So, youth.
Okay. Youth.
Youth is wasted on the
non-
young.
Wow. Oh.
I hope to be young
youth is
again
wasted on the
in
young.
her position.
That's a good line.
That's a great line. I take full credit for it. I just made it up.
now I don't believe you. But if you did, that is a really good line.
Well, if you think it's a good line, then I did. How great is Anna?
Okay, she's great. It was cool hearing her perspective. It was good to
Yeah.
have someone like, you know, I connected with a lot of things that she was saying, so it was
Definitely.
good to like.
Yeah, and I
hear
think a
someone
lot
else,
of
you know?
the younger actors will get it. I didn't understand before, and there's a period, anyone her age or even I guess your age, that
Are you going to
yeah,
COVID?
what
Yeah,
a
yeah,
I mean, I
yeah.
thought it was bad for me, but if you just jump out into the acting world in 2019, hey everybody, I'm here, I'm on the market, check me out, and 3 months later they shut you.
Yeah. No, seriously, I was
Yeah.
thinking the same thing because, like,
Yeah.
we've been talking to people with maybe like a 30-year story,
Yeah.
right?
And then they kind
And
of go,
someone with
COVID's like a
own,
bump, where they go,
yeah,
then there was
yeah.
COVID.
But for someone with a 5 or 10-year story,
Mm-hmm.
like this is like literally
Yeah,
the story.
75% of the story is
I was
like,
thinking
well,
that
then I sat it out. Yeah.
well, I sat it. Yeah, I looked at
I
myself.
thought, what am I doing?
Looked at my choices.
Really reflect on my choices.
Uh,
And then the SAG
yeah. So
actors strike as well. It's, I mean, just boom, boom, like a body blow, double. I mean, to kind of still come out of that
totally
and think, yeah, I'm still going for it. Because I'm sure plenty got knocked out on the first
Sure.
round, if not in the second
Oh,
round.
for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's a good point too. I didn't think about that. Like, she's still here, and there's a lot of people that would, not be. You're totally right.
yeah, exactly. I mean, it's sort of a testament to the strength and courage. I think she's going to do well. I really do. What do you think?
I do too.
Yeah, she's got the right look. She's got the good attitude. She's got the talent, and she just
Yeah,
needs.
she seems. I like her empathy and wisdom.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think that will go far in any type of future that you want. I believe in that.
She just needs to be more proactive, like
I
the
don't
rest
know.
like the rest of you actors out there. If you're listening, folks, proactive. It's got the word professional actor in it. Pro actors are proactive. Boom. Coined it. Done.
Dang. I think you should stop the podcast
How
because that
genius.
was.
It doesn't get
perfect.
any better than that, does it?
No.
There it is, folks. Lessons of life to live by.
Delivered by Todd Kramer himself.
Todd
Wow.
Kramer, Offstage Acting, professional actors all over the world. We'd love to hear from you. If you have questions, if you want to suggest a guest, go to offstageacting.com/podcast and tell us everything.
Everything.
And we'll talk to you next time. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye, guys.